Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Scorpio, here I go again. Put it out there. Sun, moon, rising. This is for you. Venus, cross watchers, pay attention. There's something in this for you as well. Scorpio, every time, I just want to put my hands together in prayer. Every time I have made an effort or put a plan together to get other things accomplished, I keep getting pulled back to this space, to this table, to give you more information. And the one thing that came through right before I turned on the camera is pay attention. Like, I know a lot of you listen to other readers as well. Pay attention to the frequency. You may be feeling like you are being completely inundated with information from readers and people and conversations. The frequency of the readings of Spirit is calling it subject material. You will know by discernment of where your attention goes when you're listening to readers. If you need to pay attention, because I feel like the frequency of the information, like you're taking in a lot of different information from a lot of different parts. And I apologize for the lighting changing. I need to figure something out in here because I didn't have that out there in the other room. So bear with me with the light changes as we go on here. But this could also be telling of something. So pay attention to that as well. Discern that appropriately. But I feel like I want to say on behalf of those who read on YouTube, and I really can't speak on their behalf, but what Spirit is bringing me is that if they're putting out back-to-back readings, you should probably be listening and paying attention. And you're going to know if it's for you or not. But there's something about the frequency. They're talking about the frequency. And I feel like this is an energetic frequency. I think this is the timing of frequency. Your Venus placement in this, and now, you know, I've kind of, I don't want to say I've blocked out reading for Scorpio Venus placements, but Venus, Mercury, Moon could be important in this. So check out those placements as well. There's something specific here, Scorpio, going on. Something is coming back from the past, and I'm going to stop everybody's thoughts right there. It's important to recognize that this is not just about romantic love. This could be somebody from the past that was a romantic partner in your life. Doesn't have to be. Okay, I want to make that really, really clear here. Per the direction of Spirit. You could be taking your awareness of synchronicities tied to a person and thinking about them, their selves, as to whether they are in a better place, if they've changed their ways, if they're still doing skeezy things, like whatever this is. But it's not about them, Scorpio, it's about you. It's a call to heal something additional. And I was playing around earlier, right? It's play. It's not work, it's play. I enjoy it. And that's when I had this calling. I had this whole thing planned for today of all the stuff I was going to do, and I've really gotten pulled off my path of expectation today to do other things. And now I'm like, oh, am I wasting the day? But I'm not wasting the day because Spirit's brought me here for a specific reason, right? I got into things today that I didn't plan on getting into, and so it's divinely necessary. Okay, so we're going to jump into a reading, Scorpio. You know, you're probably going to see that this video is titled something to the effect of this past person or some shit like that, and I don't sit down into these readings to see what your last person is doing, right? I mean, truth be told, it's not about them, it's about you regardless. Like, I try to keep these readings focused around what you need to know, not who is doing what, wherever, with whomever, and who isn't living in their truth. I don't know, whatever. But there's something about this that's important. So Scorpio, this is for you. This is about you. It is going to be tied to something of the past. I have no doubt about that. How this plays out, and I do feel like Spirit is going to give us some very precise information or acknowledgement to certain things here, Scorps. And I think I need to break these down the way that Spirit is showing this to me. There's you, and there's this person. This could be bittersweet endings. This could be a lot of things. Like, I almost feel like your vision is crossed in the way that you're looking at something or trying to analyze something right now. So I think that this message is for the sake of clarity, okay? And as I say that, look at this bright white light, right? Like, here's that white. I got a white candle burning here. I'm wearing a white shirt, white everywhere. All right, some selenite sitting here as well. Check out this pretty palm stone, though. I will say that. Like, look at that pretty selenite palm stone I got sitting there. But anywho, okay, so it's for Scorpio, Spirit. What this information, Spirit, that you've brought into me this morning for the purpose of this reading, 2 parts, okay, 2 parts, so 2 sides of this. One being Scorpio, the poet. Scorpio, I remember saying to you, you could be writing. The poet knows a vast array of knowledge. The swirling of words speaks into future substance, savoring the flavors of life. Some spiritual vomit right there from Spirit. The ocean underneath that, the poet in the ocean. Scorpio, the one thing I saw this morning, the vow, okay, God, I've got the chills. Some of you could be, again, writing, and this has to do with the flow of emotions that is coming up, that are already there. Scorpio, the person separate of you, the vow, life, some of you life partners, some of you, this is something, or I mean, not even something, pardon me, as I'm like scooting around here. I'm trying to get, like, I don't even know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to move. That person, that person could feel stuck to this commitment of you, Scorpio. Past commitment. Some of you are dealing with upwards of 3 other people, by the way, from the past, and maybe even more than that. But somebody, if you're feeling like somebody is coming up from the past, they're trying to find some kind of peace. I think karma is being executed. It's judge, jury, executioner, if I could talk, from Spirit, and they may be coming up because there's something going on with them, right? You may still be energetically linked somehow. This person, it's like I said to you about, like, hands of prayer, right? Look at these hands in this. Do you, I know it's hard to see because the camera's kind of fuzzy. There's a set of hands, like, let's take that away. There's one person's hands, a set of hands together, right? Prayer, confirmation, admiration, Spirit is saying. But then there's this other set of hands that reaches out and holds. It's hand holding. There's something about holding hands, collectively pulling in energy to yourself, Scorpio. You're taking this beautiful white light of the poet. There's that white again, and it's pulling it in. It's purifying a space within you in regards to this partnership dynamic from the past. This person, Scorpio, I think at some point was closed off to you for whatever reason. And so in that point, right, this could be dealing with emotionally unavailable people. This could be lots of different things. When they closed off to you, Spirit is saying some years ago, where you've seen a turn in their personality, maybe their physique as well. Maybe they were losing and gaining weight or going to the gym or something like that. They're showing me somebody with, like, basketball shorts on, something about the calves of the legs. Maybe they, were working on their calves, or I have no idea why that's coming in. But when they became unavailable to you, they gave you the greatest blessing by allowing you to become available and focus on yourself. this person and or situation, I think that you fussed over. You could have been overcritical of their issues 10, 11 on the clock. You could have worried about them a lot, right? Being the, I'm going to call it the typical Scorpio caretaker. You were constantly in a space of methodical sympathy for this person and the situation or your relationship dynamic, whatever form that was in. And I think there was an idealistic way of you viewing it of, I'm hearing Adele, we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. That you saw great potential in a situation. You saw maybe the love of your life. Maybe you saw the best friend that you would grow old and throw down margaritas with in the retirement home and making funny jokes about the men that were walking around. I don't know, right? Like whatever that might be. Until you became suspicious of their intentions for you. And of course that would happen right now. I feel like I'm being pulled in 1,000 different directions today. And in this, Scorpio is a cycle. 10 moons, a cycle closing. I want you to know, and I don't know why I feel like you need to know this. This person has never let you go. This could be unrequited love. Two people that could never get on the same page. They've never let you go. And even if you were, this is, you know, I'm not a psychologist, but even if this person showed narcissistic tendencies, and there, you see that light come in and then it goes right back out, you saw potential. You saw the good in somebody or something. You've disconnected. I talked in, I think in that late night read about somebody needing to find a conscience or a moral place within them. Scorpio, Spirit is saying this is lost on them in this lifetime. I will reiterate, people come here to show us what it's like if we don't evolve. And I feel like that's what this person has been a mirror of for you. Deep within, they recognize the value of who you are, what you represented, what you did, right? But I also, Spirit is emphasizing this, I am not, and let me make this perfectly clear to all of you, 13 on the clock, I am not creating a false hope for you to reunite with this person. So if you were dealing with a narcissist, by all means, I don't walk around telling people what to do, but do not engage. This isn't a free pass for you to go off into the sunset thinking that you can come back with this person, because you cannot. What has happened in this 3D experience in this lifetime for you will repeat itself if you go back to that, and it'll be worse than ever before. This is about you understanding life on new terms and in a new vision for yourself. This isn't about them. Again, I'm going to read. This is not about them. This is Spirit saying you need to stop and think and let go of control of this situation. It's about what you desire in this life for yourself. It is not attached to anything or anyone else. This person, they wanted to hang on to you forever. And deep within, Scorpio, this isn't the romanticized version of the one that got away, but you are the one that got away. And you got away to save yourself. And that's like, I want to just pound that into your minds right now. This is not about bringing this person back into your world, but I feel like if you've been seeking closure on a friendship, a relationship, a situation with family or something like that, this is the closure that Spirit is giving you. This is your final word, Spirit is saying on this. that this is where the bonds and the chains are broken so that you can have peace, where life doesn't have to be so serious, and you can dive into the spiritual side of your life from here on out without feeling weighed down by what could have been. This is love in its most pure, unconditional form. When people show up, Scorpio, in our world, and they are probably the worst versions of themselves that they could be, it doesn't mean, to us, it feels like they're demonic, right? It feels like they are anything but human, or they have anything but feeling, and they're just strong-willed to go after and destroy us because we highlight things within them that are not something that they want to look at, right? And you become a target. It's like I've said to people too, and it's, you know, you can look, again, I'm not a psychologist, but you can even look up this kind of information and it'll validate this. When people act up around us, like think about your kids might come home and just act like complete terrors from school, and they've had a horrible day, and you're their safe space, and that's where they go to unload that shit, because they know that you're mom or dad, and you're gonna love them no matter what. That can be healthy with boundaries with our children, right? We give them that safe space, or we go to our partner and we vent, or our mother or our best friend or whatever. But there is also a very unhealthy form of that as adults. And those partners or parents or friends who decided to act foolishly, maybe they were abusive, maybe they were narcissistic, maybe they were cheaters, maybe they were addicts of some sort, maybe they were codependent, all of those negative qualities, right? They knew, Scorpio, that no matter what they did, you would always love them. And that's how they got away with what they did for so long, because you had that undying, unconditional love to give. When it became very apparent to you that that was the energy that they were sitting in, that is where you got to choose yourself. And I think that that road has been very difficult to navigate, to get back to your sense of self, but it's there. You're starting to see this shift in energy. You may be starting to see things that resemble this person or time frame in your life come up to the surface. It's because Spirit is bringing closure full circle with love for the hope of new beginnings. Spirit doesn't want you to re-engage with these people or person, simply because you would fall back into their trap. You know, these people could be greedy, money hungry, very clever, manipulative in how they come through and the way they assert themselves. And it's not that you haven't grown enough to put it on hold or to stop it, because you have. But it would send you back on an emotional roller coaster once again. This is Spirit's gift to you to bring closure, Scorpio. These readings have been exhausting to me, honest to goodness. Spirit also said, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Like, that to me is two things. One, make sure you're breathing, because breathing allows our body to distress. And two, don't hold your breath on waiting for something from this person, because they are not going to show up. I'm telling you, they will not show up the way that our human brain would love for them to. So you can give them a piece of your mind, or you can ask your questions on, why did you leave me? Why did you cheat on me? Why did you do these things? You're not going to get those answers from this person. They are too caught in their ego because they still want control. They're still in that egotistical space of they need control. They want control. So you're not going to get those things from them, not the way that you want. So again, Spirit is bringing this in. Now I understand this reading, and the purpose of is to bring you closure this weekend. I forget what day the eclipse, or we just had the eclipse. What am I saying? There's something else coming up. What is it? The equinox? Is that tomorrow? I think that's the 21st, right? Is that tomorrow? I don't even know what day it is, or date. As I say that, 2021 on the clock, and then 2022. Equinox energy, Scorpio. This is a closure. This is a new beginning. Okay. I don't even know what cards to... Okay. Bring love into the situation. Spirit says bring love into the situation. Scorpio, this poet energy, 7. This is your boundaries. This is where you start to bring the dark to light. This is where you incorporate what you've learned as a result of these dark nights of the soul into the light, and how it's going to be beneficial to you moving forward. Look at that. I just said to you, Spirit said breathe, right? Do you see that? A deep breath. What's on this side of it? This is healing your heart. 7 and 5, change. 7 sitting right there. You cannot make this up. 21. So again, the 21st. I don't say it's the 21st or not. I don't know what day of the week it is. I have no idea. The land between, a deep breath. Let's see what comes up for Scorpio. Holy Spirit, in regards to Scorpio specifically, what does Scorpio need to know about this closure? Call of the Muse. A tall tale. Scorpio, you could feel very used. I'm going to say used by this person. This is honestly two-sided. And by the way, I remember saying 31 to you. There's the 31, which is also 4 energy, which is your stability, your foundations. A tall tale. This is the lies that you told yourself about who you wanted this person to be. These are the lies that you banked your hat on, right? You held your hat on that, going, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna master this. I feel like you were trying to master control in a situation to make this person be what you've dreamed and envisioned them to be, what you wanted them, what you needed them to be. But this is also about you being grateful for those experiences with this person or this situation. This is also debunking the myth that it's like this person or situation or people used you as their muse. Like you were their scapegoat. You were the person that they could utilize to, play second, using you to play second fiddle to. I don't know what the hell that means. They could make you morph into what they wanted you to be. They wanted you to make dinner, man. You were on it. They'd guilt you into it. They needed to borrow your car. Okay, here's the keys. Like they molded you like clay until you woke up. And Scorpio, you equally, but gracefully use this person as a muse too. To learn about yourself. To debunk reality versus fantasy. And we talk about that Pisces moon. There's the reality, there's the fantasy of Pisces energy. This is you coming into like a place of solidarity that gives you clear perception on why things happen the way they did. Like you would not be here in this moment as you are without everything playing out exactly as it had, good or bad. Up to 2 years ago could be a specific time marker as well, 24 months. But you were equally using each other. And then again, I want to reiterate, it's about the intention. You did it for the purpose of higher vibrational energy. They were doing it because they were holding on to control. What is this vow about, Spirit, that Scorpio is tied to, or this person is tied to Scorpio? Ooh, that's powerful. Scorpio, with those hands, This person could have been physically abusive. I could hear somebody begging to get away. Please just let me go. Please just let me leave. Begging for peace. I also hear someone else saying, I can't let go. You don't get to go. But then in the same breath telling you to get out. I feel like this push and pull energy. It's like, you know, kids when they're playing around, they'll grab the other kid's arm and they won't let go. I feel like there's a struggle there. Whether it's metaphorically speaking or physically speaking, where they don't want to let you go. And it's like someone here at some point, and honestly, I think both sides of this situation begging for mercy. Spirit, as karma unfolds, this person could be begging for mercy. And I think the way this comes through, I feel it, I see it, as this person is down on their knees in prayer, they're having flashbacks to what they've done to you. Some of you could have barely escaped the throes of this situation. For some of you, this could have been damn near life and death. You've been blessed to get away, to wake up to the reality of it all. You've had a guardian angel. Colors blue and purple stick out that remain close to you. They could have shown up as butterflies in your weakest moments. I think too that you've had, whether or not you know it, you could have been, if you've been separated from this for a while, you could have had close encounters in physical proximity to this person without even knowing it. They could have seen you and you didn't see them. They were trapped by their own fear. They couldn't approach you. They wouldn't let you know that they were there. What is this person about? Beautiful uncaging. I'm telling you, their heart space is being, it's almost like where they've been locked up, whether this is mentally, emotionally, physically. I'm going to reiterate, if this is where they've been in this life, though, in those negative senses, they are not changing. There's an internal switch that is happening for next life stuff. This has nothing to do with you, okay? This person, these people, know that something is changing, and you have to tap into that heart space to have a conscience that you've done something wrong, right? Oh my God. The way things happen, I can't. 30 plus years of doing this, and I said it this morning, I will forever be blown away. I just heard Bleeding Love by Leona Lewis. And as I go to say that to you, perfect harmony, the music is coming through. Like, there's certain songs that, you know, they may have sent to you, like, as a guilt trip that you're hearing. There, you know, that song, Bleeding Love, if you listen to the lyrics, there could be a message in that. Music could have been a very key factor between the two of you. It was like a love language at some point between you. I also think that they would send, even like if when you were still in connection with this person, like they would play certain songs around you, and that was their expression of love. Or not even just love, but of their emotional, where they were emotionally in the moment, okay? It was like they would drop you hints to where they were. Like, they could never, again, emotionally available people will talk to you about their emotions, right? They become transparent. They address these things with you, because they're being honest and raw and authentic. This person couldn't do that. It's like they hid behind everything. Like, you could see the glimmer of hope in these people, right? Scorps, like, you know, oh, well, they've done this, so maybe they can build upon that, and all of this stuff. Like, you would see these little moments where it's like you would just see a little glimmer of something, but they would never do anything with it. They would never change. They would never, you know, it's like someone saying, yeah, I need therapy, and then going, yeah, I acknowledge, right? First step to a problem is acknowledging you have a problem, right? And they could acknowledge it, but then they would just never do anything about it. Yes, I need therapy, and then never make the call, or make the call and never show up, or just a constant flip-flop of the mind space of showing up in one way and then doing the opposite. Scorpio, you may not know it. I don't even know why I feel so emotional over this. This is crazy. But that vow was so important, that this person's energy is like overriding everything. And it's, again, begging for mercy. Scorpio, they could be in their prayers, in their conversations with God, or the divine, or the universe. They could be speaking your name and even asking for your forgiveness via God or another, you know, spirit, angels, whatever you believe in. But it's like they're asking for forgiveness, and it's like they don't know how. Like, they feel like the only way they can move on is to have your forgiveness. This is a cross that they have to bear the rest of their life. And like, the way I would put that to you is, you know, horrid example here. And guys, I know sometimes I go into some really dark places, but that's just, I don't know, it's just the way I operate, I guess. It would be like somebody murdering somebody. Horrible example, but still. But it's the extreme point that if you do something like that, you live with that for the rest of your life. You can't escape that. There's karma tied to that. You may lie about it, but God and the angels and the spirits and they know, right? It may be a secret between you and God, but they know. God knows, or spirit knows, or whatever. Like, you know, could also just be somebody who has, you know, put on that facade, as we've talked about before, and pretended that everything was fine and they were all put together, but the guilt of what they've done is starting to haunt them. And they will never come to you and ask for forgiveness, because they are in this crazy vulnerable space that they know the damage that can be done when somebody's vulnerable, because they took advantage of you at your most vulnerable. It's a vulture, right? It's like, you know, if you ever heard them say, like, you know, when you got a spouse most often that starts projecting and comes home out of the blue one day, goes, you're cheating on me. And you're like, what the hell are you talking about? I've been home cooking dinner all day. Like, what do you mean? House is clean, laundry's done. How the hell am I out cheating? When do I have time? You know, that kind of thing. That's that projection, right? They have blamed you, or even still now looking at you going, you know, Scorpio would just chew me up and take advantage of me and do all these horrible things to me if I went to them. And that's not true. They're still projecting the broken parts of themselves. They're seeing you and believing that you would react to them the way that they would have done you. And they did do you. This is deep, Scorpio. Like, obviously, this is something else here. Okay. What else does Scorpio need to know for the sake of self here, Spirit? Okay, let's go with these. All right, what does Scorpio need to know for the sake of self? Okay, I'm gonna switch it up here a little bit. does Scorpio need to know for the sake of self? Trapped in, I just said, the moon, right? The moons, the 10 moons, it's a cycle. There comes the cycles card. You see that 37 breaks down to a 10, trapped, stuck, right? This holding on to something, right? Being stuck, confined to this situation, this person. There was a time, and I can't even believe that this is coming up right now. I forgot about it. Years ago, a couple years ago, I had a dream or a vision or whatever come through, and I was in this house that at that time was my home, but in a very far corner of the house. And I remember looking out the window in this dream and seeing the police coming. And it was like a raid almost. It was weird. And there was plastic hanging over our doorways and a building opposite of us. And they were finding the person, somebody that I know in that. And they said, go get her instead. Like they were throwing me out as like their scapegoat. I remember being scared to death in that dream. And going, why are they coming for me? Like I haven't done anything. I was imprisoned. And when I went to them, I had become a prisoner in my own home. It's so vivid even now as I say this to you. There could be something around a vehicle, a second home, an argument that happened at a doorway. You could be replaying events in your mind from a time that are coming to the surface for review where you felt stuck, trapped, inhibited. Like you just felt like you didn't have freedom. What else for Scorpio? Yeah, the bonds and the chains. 6, honesty. I'm going to hold on to this honesty. You could have been dealing with an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is popping up very heavily here. What do these two cards represent, Spirit? Oh, I can use the tarot. Oh, all right, let's go to that then. A 6 and an 8. I'm going to tell you the honest truth of the situation internally for you, Scorpio, is coming around full circle. The honest truth of their karma is coming around full circle. Okay. You would have given anything, Scorpio, for this person, and I think you did. 5 of Wands. You fought hard for them. You fought hard for what you believed in at the time. You fought hard for this person. You fought hard for love. You fought hard for the conditions of the situation. There's the devil twice. Like, it was toxic. It was codependent. It was unhealthy. There's something around the word stamps. Somebody could be writing letters and burning them, maybe full moons, right? There's something here around poison. I don't know what that means, whether this is just a metaphorical sense of poisoning your mind, Scorpio, your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra could have been poisoned by this person, especially if there was intimacy in that. This could be sexual manipulation as well. The fire and the desire that comes from within, trying to bring things together in a stuck way. You thought you had it all with this situation. It could have been some, honest to God, like brainwashing, near-death experiences. Spirit saying, Scorpio, you brave the storm as you put this to bed and put it to rest. Healing during that period of time. This person is putting nails, the final nails in their coffin. There's some deeds, I think, that have continued to go done even since Kelly Clarkson, since you've been gone, right? Like, that whole thing. But I think that since you've been gone, Scorpio, is more you going, I can breathe again. I said, take a deep breath, right? Take a breath. Don't hold your breath. Then that take a deep breath card came out. I can breathe for the first time as this is being closed out. I also think that you are putting this to bed with this closure that comes from this read. What else for Scorpio? It's like the devil has been contained. The Wheel of Fortune, Scorpio, the Knight of Swords. For those of you who may or may not be, I mean, for everybody, Ho'oponopono, it's a Hawaiian prayer for forgiveness. You may need to do this for yourself. Check it out. You can Google it, like everything else I say. Scorpio, this is also about you swallowing your pride and acknowledging that maybe you were wrong about people in the past. Again, wanting to see the best of them. Believing that you can move on and alchemize the light with the dark and make relationships or partnerships work, only to realize the truth of a situation, that to save them meant cutting your own throat. You know, self-sabotaging energy. What I think is unique about this Wheel of Fortune card is the light is spinning to the top and the dark is on its way down. And I do think that that's what's happening here. I've said it before, the tides are turning. What else does Scorpio need to know about this closure? There you are, Scorp's Queen of Cups. Turning your love right side up for the right things. And Scorpio, Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Swords equals the Ten of Swords, the King of Swords, Queen of Cups, Page of Cups. Somebody, I think, in the future here is looking at you in complete awe of what you've been able to do. They may not know your whole story. They may not know any of it if you're just meeting this person. But as you open up to this and you're closing this chapter out, even if you physically left it a long time ago, by you opening up, you're bringing in a Knight of Cups energy. This is a new truth, a new love. Something that is carefree and open. Someone who's going to come to you. Someone deserving of giving your love to. This is also a realization that there are people that are not worth it. You can give love, but not with self-sacrifice involved. The Emperor comes in with the World. Scorpio, this is what the fuck? I'm not even saying that. I'm leaving that alone. It's like a pirate that's gone through battle. This is like the land of the holy here, Scorpio. I don't even know where those words are coming from, but they're rolling in. This is your badge. This is your valor. This is your honor. Like someone honoring you for where you've come from, what you've done, smiling at you. See the Justice card. Five of Pentacles. Like you will not be without ever again. Eight of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Like you will never relive this. It's like this person or these people are being haunted, Scorpio. And here's a funny thing, like somebody who is in connection with them, that I feel like this ex-person of whatever manner it was, they may have told this person a lot of stories about you somehow, some way. Word got around, whatever. I feel like this is the person that's seeing your worth. Very interesting. I've said it before, I'm going to sound like a repeat here, but all this person can do is watch you. Knowing what they've lost, and again, they'll never admit out loud what pain that they are now in as a result of what they've lost with you, whatever you brought to the table, and it was heartfelt energy. They can't get that back. They're never going to have that back in this lifetime. The Ace of Swords, that's the truth. And I think that for some of them, they've tried to manifest you in the past 3 years, 3 months. They've tried to call this back in 1111. They're asking God, like I'm hearing the merciful God for mercy. Page of Swords coming out sideways. Again, they could be writing something, like they can't get their words out. They can't speak the truth that they know to be true, because that means that puts them in a bad light. But there's that consciousness, the conscience that kicks in and goes, you know what you did wrong. They could be having nightmares over this. Page of, like, you look at this. Look. What is he doing? Here's the truth, right? Here's that Ace of Swords is the truth. We see this Page of Swords come out sideways. He's, as you can see, he's writing something here. He's preparing some kind of document. He's looking over it, reviewing it. Here's the Page of Wands. That is action, the delivery of, or trying to deliver. But the swing's not swinging. It's not moving. It's just stationary, right? A page is a messenger, right? And I think that this message, Scorpio, could be coming in this way. This could be by your thoughts. It's the energetic vibration of the frequency. It's like a shot being shot off in the dark. And I don't know, it's like, again, them asking for mercy, going, Scorpio, will you please forgive me, without ever coming to you in the physical form. And it's a shot in the dark that, telepathically or in a dream or whatever, like, is this going to hit its mark? Is Scorpio going to hear me? It's the only way they know how, because quite frankly, let's be bold here, they don't have the balls to rectify their wrongs. And, they can get on their high horse and there's hope. They have hope of something, some renewal. They have hope that they could start something again. But they're cowards. They're cowards. They never would have behaved the way they did if they weren't cowards. It's like they are taking a shot in the dark, hoping for your forgiveness. And Scorpio, what I will say to you is you can forgive them without ever looking back. You can forgive them and forget them. You can forgive them and not forget what was done, right? That's where you've learned the lesson. But you forgive for yourself. You don't forgive for them. What is this? For this person or this situation that has been tied to Scorpio, that has held on to Scorpio, any additional information, Spirit? The strengths, you could be dealing with a Leo. They could have Leo moon placement. You could be dealing with a Libra, Page of Cups, the Empress. For whatever reason, Scorpio, and I think I've already explained why, their focus is on you. Their focus is on the lack of love, Scorpio. As you are opening up to love, they're realizing how empty they are without you. You're not there to pour into them anymore. You are a memory. You are a mystery. They don't know where you stand anymore. Before, I think, Scorpio, at some point you were very predictable to them. Until you changed, until you transformed, until you morphed into who you are today. And they don't know how to master you. They don't know how to get to you now. This Five of Cups is some serious sorrow and guilt. And some of these people could have had mommy issues. We've got some inner childhood wounding going on there. Advice for Scorpio, please, Spirit. I just keep hearing, this is the closure. This is probably going to be the title. This is the closure you've been waiting for. What is this for Scorpio? Advice. Not enough. Everything fell out on the table here. Egos and fears. Scorpio, don't let your ego kick in and go, I expect them to come back and fully apologize. They did me wrong. They hurt me. This person could have had blue eyes, piercing blue eyes. Some of you could have your nose pierced. Ha ha ha, right? This is somebody who may have had piercings as well. Ring, a tattoo of a ring around the finger too. Something about a ring that they thought if they gave you a ring that would be enough. It's like, you know, they could have also failed to provide you with those promises. You know, we'll get married, we'll have kids, we'll do all of these things. They never gave you what you were deserving of. And you know, your frustration in itself could have said no, like, I'm done. From that, Scorpio, there you go, twice now, healing the heart, healing heartbreak, toxicity or addictions, abusive relationships. I said it earlier. Not today. You know, it's like, no, I won't do this. And Scorpio, if these feelings are coming up and you're avoiding them, you need to deal with these now. Because if you don't, they're going to circle back around and you're going to be back in this again. But don't look at this. Again, this is not about this person as much as it has to do with them. It's not about this person. You know, once again, they're getting in your energy, but alchemize that for the positive rather than them running, you know, being in your head rent-free or heart rent-free. Don't wait on them. Spirit's saying don't wait on them. Yes, there is a soul connection here, whether it was karmic, soulmate, twin flame, whatever bullshit you believe in. They wish they could talk to you. And Scorpio, there's that separation and shock. You're not interested in it. It's not going to serve you. There's nothing, I'm hearing, there is nothing to talk about here. No, I can't heal this with you. Not with you. For myself, sure. You on your own, sure. Together, no. There's nothing to talk about. It's like once the damage has been done, you can't bring that back. You can't come back from that. For this person, Scorpio, they see you as a blessing in disguise. Scorpio, as you're transforming and changing, they could see you committing yourself to something. So whether this is work or another person, this vow, and then underneath it, wedding rings. Scorpio, the one that got away here. Competition, they always made you feel like you had to fight for their love, energy, time, and attention, that if you did these things, that it would, you know, it would make all the difference in the world, Scorpio. It was totally on you. It's almost like, why couldn't I live my life the way Scorpio has? Why couldn't I transform these things? And now they're realizing it's, again, that mirror effect, that muse. It was two-sided. Self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. This shock is like they're being given the abundance of self-reflection. That's their gift. To have to sit with themselves. Now that you've done this damage, you've pushed these people away, you've hurt people. Now you get to sit with yourself. Have fun. Their life is going to take a turn. And Scorpio, you may feel them, you may acknowledge them in your heart of hearts. My bone just cracked. You could be breaking open at this time. But it's like, I'm hearing it like, you know, like when things like in the movies get unlocked, it's like, boom, it's opening, right? It's like this really beautiful sound of just like all this expansion. And then for them, as their heart is being opened, that beautiful uncaging to the universe, that's beautiful because they've got to be broken wide open, right? But as it's happening for them, it's painful. It's cracking, it's depleting, it's dry. It's like falling apart. Scorpio, you are stepping into this Empress energy. That 3. With the 9 of Cups, your ultimate wish fulfillment, Scorpio. Leaving behind that Five of Pentacles. The loss, the lack, the pain, third-party situations, and they don't have to be another person. 55, Scorpio, change. You are the poet of your life. You create your own endings. Do not expect closure from this person. Not the way that you would like it to have been, because you're never going to get it. This is the closure for you. So you step into your new abundant beginning. Okay? Advice, spiritual advice for Scorpio. Spiritual advice for Scorpio, please. If you cannot see me shuffle, you hear me shuffle. You go back over this past week and you look at the videos, and I know that I use these cards at different times. It's whatever I'm guided to do. This is the third time, Scorpio, the third flipping time Antakarana comes out. The bottom of the deck, yet again, golden light ray. Scorpio, you are moving into this amazingly blissful, happy, carefree, equilibrium life of love and laughter. Antakarana, look, has that dove. I know it's hard to see. I don't know if I can make it like better to see. Look, there's the dove with this person. One of you are in peace. The other of you is not. They're trying to resurrect a hurt and broken situation, and they don't know how to. They are imprisoned by that. You are moving. You are coming full circle. You are coming into your peace. Spirit, the stars are aligning. There may be something to do with Neptune as well. Jupiter, Neptune, Jupiter, and Saturn. Karma, right, with Saturn. Scorpio, you are the sun. This new world revolves around you. I said about the nose piercing, right? Where was the other? There was two of them. There's something very significant to the nose piercing. Even nose and lip piercing, ears pierced. There's something about the pierce. You could have gone and gotten piercings or tattoos done together or something like that. There's the nose, the ears, the nose, and the lip. So there's something significant about that. But Scorpio, you are out of this. Here is your confirmation that it is over. And this is the closure you were waiting for. Oh, goodness. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you all. I know I have put out a shit ton of videos lately for you guys, and I do them when I'm called to. I mean, you've seen in the past, right? There's been weeks sometimes before I get you another video. I don't, you know, I would like to say I don't know what's going on in the cosmos, and in some ways I don't. But at the same time, we do know we're coming on something new here. And whatever's happening for Scorpio, Spirit, the frequency of the information, you could feel like you're being pummeled with this information, but you need this information. So I trust that what you need is given. There's a reason my butt has been asked to sit in this chair and do this today. And I trust Spirit's guidance. So that's that. Scorpio, like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you. Again, there's been quite a few of you. I'm terrible with names. We know this. That have donated in the past 24 hours. I love you. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. You really don't have any idea how much that helps, how much I appreciate it, and how far that goes to support this channel. So I love each and every single one of you for whether you give financially or not, your support, the fact that you show up here, you comment, you like, you subscribe, you share, whatever. Again, I could not do this without you. And P.S. we're almost to that 10,000 mark for subscribers, so we get there. And Spirit, keep going, keep going. I love it. That live, we will do a live. We will get it scheduled to do. So we're almost there. I'm keeping my eyes open. I hope you are too. And those of you who are interested in personal readings, I know I had some emails come in. I will get to those hopefully this evening, and get you booked and set up for next week. And for those of you who are interested, readings are open. check out the description box below. Avoid the links in there. I need to update those, right, still. So email is in that description box, the about section of the page. Send me a message. We'll get you set up, okay? I'm sending you guys so much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. I love you all. Take care.